guys, welcome back to the Elevator Life. I hope you're doing well wherever you're at in the world. We have an exciting episode coming at you today. We got a guest today, Jethro. Say hello.
Hello.
Where are you from?
Australia. So
okay.
Down under.
Yeah, a little intro to Jethro. He did a consultation with us back in the summertime, I believe, and he's been out here on the ground in China for about a month and a half. Dove in head first with his business, and so what we wanted to do, we personally asked him to come on the episode. He goes home tomorrow, but he's moving back for who knows how long, hopefully here to stay. But we wanted to get him to be able to give you guys a first-hand perspective at what it's like to make the move, what it's like business, what it's like to meet entrepreneurs over here, the whole factor. So we're excited to have him on the show and to get his first-hand perspective of what is really going on over here.
Excited to be here.
Okay, good. So what we were just talking about, Jethro, is we get a lot of emails. He's going to be the third guy to make the move out here that we've worked with personally, so we're really excited about that. We get a lot of emails from you guys about actually making the move, but only a certain select few have actually done it. And so what led you from thinking about China to actually having the guts to make the move?
All right. Well, it's sort of a gradual process. I probably took sort of interested in China about 2 years ago. Okay. There's such an immense, massive market.
It's a huge market.
Australia is nothing compared to in China in terms of size. A population, we have about 24 million. China has, 3.2 billion?
Crazy numbers.
So in terms of business, everybody knows China's sort of going up and there's only sort of one direction for it to go. Mm-hmm. And I guess sort of that pinned the interest a few years ago. But it's just a gradual thing, and a little bit more momentum, and for products and for I guess for anything really, it's just cheaper because Australia's quite expensive.
It
very
is.
Nice country to do business in, but the Australia's there's certain things you can get here that you can't get there, like cheap products. The products that I'm after, China was perfect, absolutely perfect for.
Good stuff. So give the listeners a little background info. Mm-hmm. What were you doing? Have you always been an entrepreneur? That kind of stuff.
No, I've always been interested in it. I sort of grew up and studied business, and when I was a kid, always interested in business. I did my bachelor and my master's in business. I worked as you normally do, the 9 to 5, which is actually probably the 9 to 9.
It gets crazy.
Yeah, absolutely loved that type of approach and the money that comes with it, but it's not me, so I've sort of been trying to go on my own accord for the last few years, but not always with success. Probably more not success.
You live and you learn though. You live and you learn.
Yeah, that's it. Which is there's always been a tunnel, but to skip ahead, you can sort of see a bit more of a light coming to China at the end of it.
There you go.
So let's hope.
Okay, so with that said, the biggest fear a lot of people have when they're thinking about coming to China is the first few days. When you get here, how do you survive? What's it going to be like? Is there going to be anyone there to help you do things? That kind of stuff. So can you talk a little bit about your first reaction, your initial reaction to being here on the ground and what that was like? Yeah.
Well, I did it right. I actually contacted these guys, had a consult, so that eased my pain, and the Elevator Life was my homepage for about 6 months. So you see it every day. Okay, China.
It made it easier.
So it made it a lot easier.
Calm your nerves.
When I got off the plane, I went to the swamps. I booked my hotel.
He's not kidding.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
So far out of the city.
We're talking about crocodiles. Yeah. I'm back home. But no, it's about 50 minutes out of the city, and Guangzhou's very central, very spread out, but on a map it looks close. So I was in the swamps. That's the only white guy I saw for about 3 days.
I remember that. He's like, no, it looks close on a map, but it's not close. It was so funny when I heard where you were staying.
Yeah. So, and there's not too many people around that were speaking English. So a lot of the time I'd be asking every second person, "Do you speak English? Do you speak English?" And out in the swamps it's not so common, but it was a very enjoyable experience because you get a very different experience too. You get stared at like a lot. I'm tall. You're massive, but I'm tall. But so that element alone is stands right out. But initially, after a few days, I contacted Tim again and said, hey guys, I'm here.
I made it.
Yeah, and by the third day, they'd taken me out and to a new club opening and showed me around. So, and I met some other of your listeners too.
Yeah, you did.
What was the girl's name?
Ming.
Yeah, met Ming. So
that was good.
Yeah, good value.
It was a good time for him to come. Canton Fair, a lot of other foreigners, a lot of expats. So that was good. I do have to commend him on his willingness to throw himself kind of into the fire and, to really take it as it came. He did a lot of things on his own, and it was impressive. So before we get into the things, some of the main things we want to talk about today, I want you to kind of talk about initially the businesses you thought you were going to get into when you came here, okay? And then at the end of the episode, he'll have a chance to kind of tell you how that changed as time went on and you were on the ground here in China.
Okay.
So initially, what were you looking to get into here?
Well, initially I came for, I've got a vegetarian business back in Australia, and originally came for rice protein, like for fitness and bodybuilding purposes.
Yeah.
And I did well with that, but I didn't do as well as I thought. I was in the China, of course. You think rice, so you're in the right part of the world for rice protein to start with. But a lot of the factories are in the north, so I met their either businesses here or their trading companies and things like that. But to actually do the factories are up north, so I got that wrong. And there's a couple other products I looked for as well.
But that's okay. You can always head up there if need be.
Yeah. In the future, if things go according to plan, for sure. But yeah, I had an assistant to help me. So for that side, if I did it by myself, I would not have got as far as I did.
Okay, so initially, and that's what we talked a lot about on his consultation call, was rice protein. And so at the end of the episode, he'll be able to share with you kind of how that changed and really what he's involved in now. He's involved in some really exciting stuff. So let's talk about what are the 5 things that you did good and were successful at when you were coming to China.
All right, well,
with this trip.
The number 1 was the assistant.
Okay.
Just saying,
tell him a little bit about that, how you did that, what it was like.
Yeah. I found somebody I was actually staying in Shenzhen. I stayed there for about 4 weeks, but I found an assistant and she was absolutely brilliant. Lovely girl. And her English was immaculate. It was just, it's like speaking to a native. And she had a proper job, but every afternoon she'd come and would do a few hours.
Perfect.
And also, take her around to dinner as well, so that way I can order the food that I want, because my language is not good, but we'll get to that, that's another point. But yeah, having an assistant, it sort of eradicates the China days. By China days, you think something would go easy, but it doesn't go easy.
And it compacts on each other over and over and over, a compounding effect for sure.
So having an assistant was absolutely brilliant. And the thing is, I'm not high rolling at all, yet.
Yes, I love that, yet.
But having an assistant, is very, very, very affordable, and it's really worth doing. There was one thing I knew before I got here from TEL and a couple other things. It's just definitely do an assistant. So would she work with you 5 days a week or 7 days? 7 days a week, okay. From after work for how many hours every day? Well, it sort of varied. Sundays might be 1 hour. On Sundays it might have been the whole day. Okay. So you had her for about a month. How much did you end up paying her? Yeah. Well, the other thing is we became good mates at the end. Yeah. So that helps as well. So she didn't want to take more money, but I gave her about 1,800. Okay. That's a little under $300 US. So obviously a fantastic price. Well worth it. She was definitely well worth it. Well worth it. Yeah. Good. Okay. So what's next? I got out of the hotels. I was in the hotel when I first arrived. But by doing that, you don't meet as many people. Like I was on GZ's stuff, and Shenzhen stuff, which is 2 websites that you should definitely check out before making the move. So I was on that. But Shanghai stuff has one, Beijing stuff has one. All the major cities have one of those websites. It's really good for networking. Yeah, really good for expats, I found. But I was using sites like Airbnb, because by doing that, I'd stay with, 1, it was cheaper, and 2, I got to meet more expats. I was staying with an English guy, a Polish guy, and a French girl. It's amazing. Yeah, they had been here for a while, some of them, and so you meet the other expats, and before you know it, you find out that people in Shenzhen, the expat community is very incestuous and everybody knows everybody. Yes, it does. So that was Yeah,
it's all about networking then. All about networking.
And also the element there was just good. Met some really good people, good mates. So
good.
Third, language. I thought I knew a little bit of Chinese before I came, Yutian, but I epic failed. I had lessons before I came for about a year, just on and off. And it was, when I came here, I realized I think the last 12 months has been off.
So he was studying Chinese before he came here. And obviously, was that worth it for you, do you think?
It was definitely worth it because I knew something and I sort of tried to make the effort. And although I wasn't there, I'd say that's one thing I did good. It was also an epic fail, but it was really, you have to know the language, you have to know a little bit.
A little bit. That's one of the things that we did differently. I didn't know one word before I came here. You didn't do any studying when you were here on the ground, did you?
No.
Okay.
Just every day that,
every day
by
here.
osmosis, you think you'll learn something that.
So that's one of the things that I did when I got here. I hired a tutor. She would come to my apartment, and then I kind of structured it how the main things I need to know how to say, how do I say those, and then move from there. And so that's kind of how I did it. But language.
Language. So you try to order pumpkin soup and you end up with pigeon necks or something like that.
That happens on a regular basis.
And the fourth thing that I'm glad I did good, and it's one thing that I learnt before I came here. You constantly hear Canton, and the month to come for Canton is October. So I came in October.
Or April.
April too?
Yeah.
We'll have to do that then. But Canton, it's to say it's massive is an understatement. It's just immense. It's huge.
It's hard to describe.
It is very hard to describe. We're talking, there's enough shops to last you all a month.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and it comes in 3 stages. So if you're coming for like a shorter time, like if you're coming for one particular product, it could be in stage 1, stage 2, or stage 3.
Do your research beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. And the website's quite good too, so you can know the dates you need to be here to cut your trip down shorter.
Good. Okay, Canton Fair, October and April, 2 times a year.
And the 5th one is I reached out before I came, and I'm glad I did that. Like the Elevator Life was my homepage, as I was saying before, and I had a consult with these guys before I came. So that was really good for clarity's sake, to help get things settled in my mind that, okay, this is what you have to do. A bit more focus.
Easier nerves, for sure.
So the first thing that I'm glad I did was reached out to people.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
There's so many people that you can
there is.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are entrepreneurs in GZ and Shenzhen. And so it was the right place, and I tried to reach as many as I could.
Definitely. So, okay, guys, the 5 things he believed he did well was he hired an assistant, which really does make life so much easier for everything that you're trying to do on the ground. He got out of hotels, which meant he was able to network with other entrepreneurs here on the ground, which was fantastic to hear that he did that. He studied language for 12 months before he came. Even though he kind of found out that it was still way more difficult than he would have imagined, that's still a step in the right direction. And still something that everyone should really do, in my personal opinion. It's something I didn't do, but it's still something that is really, really helpful with just being here on the ground. Canton Fair, obviously great for business ideas. He'll talk about that in a little bit, all the business ideas he gained from that, which was also fantastic to hear. This guy's really moving. He's got a lot of fire behind him, which is exciting. And he reached out to guys like us and other entrepreneurs around here on the ground that helped make his transition easier. So with those being the 5 things that you did well, what are the 5 things that you did not do so well?
I could probably give you 50 things that I did well, but I'll give you 5.
Okay.
The first one, as I mentioned at the start, I was in the swamps. Really good. It's good points, but the bad point is stay in a hotel that's central.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense.
We talk about that too in a few of our episodes. Just research the town before you come, so you kind of know where you want to be located.
And also, the hotels, I'd scrap the hotels and look at Airbnb first.
Airbnb is fantastic for wherever you're going.
You'll get there faster in terms of meeting people and get things done. 2, I'm from a place called Cairns. It's quite close to my hometown in Australia, and it's very... have you heard of Cairns?
Yeah, of course.
Beach. It's very clean too. And coming to Guangzhou, the pollution was something that shocked me.
We had a rookie here, rookie on our hands.
Complete rookie. So I've been treated well in terms of air quality for all my life. But so at the end of the day, for a couple of days, what's this black stuff? So that's 2. 3, I should have bargained more. The Australian mentality, we don't really, and not just Australian mentality.
US, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to bargain as much.
The price is the price.
Yeah, and you think, okay, that sounds good. That sounds like a good price, but really, when you ask a local, you're getting ripped off.
Yeah, especially if they see a white face. The first price they're going to tell you is going to be way too high. And that is one thing that's a good insight, because we don't talk about that a lot. That's one thing most foreigners don't realize is all about bargaining. Take the price and cut it in half, and that's a good starting point.
Or I could give you the example, I got a Christmas present before I left for my one of my family members. It cost 100 yen. I asked a local how much they would have paid for 4 yen. So I go, that obvious.
Perfect.
So, okay. Number 4, which is I bought my electronics before I came to Australia, just because I didn't feel comfortable buying it here.
Yeah.
But now I know China better. I would have bought my electronics before I came, because I bought a new laptop about a week before I came, and a portable scanner and a couple other little things, which add up. And if I got it here, I would have saved myself a small fortune.
Yeah. Especially in Shenzhen. Shenzhen's real centralized for electronics.
Well, Shenzhen is SEG. Yeah, massive. Same thing.
Yeah, it's the center.
It's the canton of electronics.
Yeah, it is.
And the last one, which is I didn't get enough massages and things like that, because in Australia they're expensive. It's a treat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's once every maybe month or so.
Here it's part of your schedule.
Here it should be part of your schedule.
Yeah.
So I wish I got more, because it's so cheap, and when I go to Australia I'll be regretting.
Yeah, I love that. Get more massages. Everyone should be remembering
not
that.
Cantonese style. That's something different. Don't ask for a Cantonese style massage, otherwise.
Sounds like you got some experience with that.
No experience whatsoever. I walked into this place, and it was where the original hotel was. I walked in like, no, this is not a massage place.
I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah. But so that's that.
Good stuff. Okay, like I said in the beginning of the episode, I wanted him to tell you a little bit about how his business perspective and maybe opportunities you found more opportunities when you were here on the ground. So can you talk a little bit about that? And remember, he was concentrating on rice protein when he got here.
Well, I came for one thing, pretty much one thing only.
Yeah.
And I've kind of left with half a dozen different ideas that I will act upon when I get back.
Yeah. That he wants to pursue.
Yeah. For example, when you walk around China, you obviously see things that are different, and things that, hey, why don't we have that at home, or why don't we have this? And for example, I was on the metro, and in Shenzhen you have the holders.
The handles.
They're very we don't have things like that, and they've got advertising on both sides, and there's a new one that's going to have a projector for advertising.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you that.
Inside the loop.
Inside the loop, yeah. And so that was one, for example.
Yeah, good stuff.
So it took no harm out of my schedule to go visit the people who make it, the manufacturer. Well, it's actually an advertising company, and they painted it. And so next time you're in Shenzhen, have a look at the trains and the handles.
Yeah.
And so I hit them up and went to have a nice Saturday morning breakfast with them.
Interesting experience.
Very interesting experience. The chair comes up to maybe your ankle. So the chair is very good for midgets, not good for tall ones. So I was sitting down like that for about 2 hours, but that's a different story.
Good stuff.
And so that's one thing. And when I get back to Australia, I'll see if I can do anything with that. If I can't, then it's no time lost.
Exactly. Just things to pursue.
Yeah, it took half a day out of it took 2 hours for my assistant to get things sorted, and it took half a day out of my Saturday morning, which for most people is
stuff like that. So he saw a product here in his everyday life, and 2 hours later he was talking to the actual factory that manufactures them. He went and sat down with them, and this could be something he will pursue. And so that's cool for you guys to realize. He came here with one product that he was looking at, and now he's looking at about 6 different opportunities that he's going to try and pursue when he heads back. I would also like to extend a congratulations. He just got some venture capital money for.
Not yet, but when we get back, okay. That's the reason I'm going to go back.
So he's going back to try and get some venture capital money for a business he's working on in Australia. So congratulations with that.
Yeah, we hopefully do the paperwork next year. Next week, sorry, and we'll see how it goes. It's really exciting.
Awesome.
It's a company called Park My Van, and there's two others of us.
Yeah, tell them again, what was that?
Yeah, just a little pitch.
Yeah.
Parkmyvan.com.au. So it's an Australian company similar to Airbnb, but it focuses on camper vanning. Which, if you come to Australia, take a camper van. It's the way to get around.
Yeah, I just learned that myself.
And so if you want to board, just go there. But so that's one of the reasons I have to go back, obviously, and I have to go back because they don't let you in the country more than in my case. You only get a multiple visa entry.
How long was yours?
It was going to be a maximum 60 days, but I was here for 40.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm on a 90 day. So, but yeah. Well, Jethro, it's been good meeting you. It's been good having you in China. Thanks for taking some time to share your experience.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the episode, and shoot your comments at us. If you have anything that you want to talk to Jethro about, I'll put his contact info below the video, and we'll link some of his business pages as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. See you guys.
Cheers.